Okay, this is Guy Eagle with Renewable Wisdom Trails Library, and we also call it a cosmology because it's an overview. Uh, we want to talk a little bit about prophecy today and tie it in with intentions or focus and how maybe some of it is acting out on the world stages. There's a lot of political pressure going on. And there's a lot of blaming going on where people are pointing fingers to right or wrong or right or left or conservative or liberal. You hear all these words, and there's a kind of demonizing a, a taste to how those words are being used. I'm going to reel back from that. I'm going to ask you to just imagine with us for a little bit and then go check it out yourself and see if it works for you. We go back into the Anishinaabe prophecy of what they call the seventh fire prophecy. And part of what comes out of that is what they call lighting the eighth fire, which means a new fire of time. Fire means a length of a life in that kind of languaging. So in that culture of the Anishinaabe and Iroquois nations, Algonquian speaking, um, a fire was 112 years long. And that's kind of what their measure was. If you look into that, usually that measure was given from an eclipse to another eclipse. So it was 112 years long. And that's what they used to measure a fire. Lighting the eighth fire was a time of becoming in harmony with nature again, was seeing those seeds. If you go into Lakota tradition, they have a prophecy called the return of the white buffalo cattleman. And we've seen those signs playing out as we speak, where there are the white buffalo being born these days. Quite a number of them since the 90s. That is a certain sign of their predictions coming true. We see it in the biblical writings of the book of Revelations. We see some of those seven seals and trumpets. And there's a section there where they talk about the books of knowledge would be unsealed, and that knowledge would be released as we are doing here. And the trumpets would sound was a metaphor for hearing the callings of waking up to a greater consciousness. Now, some other academics may interpret that in a different way. But it's really going to come down to intention as we have seen it, because what's happening is karma is acting out on a world stage. I mean, what if, just what if, all these behaviors we're seeing are something that happened back in the days of Hitler, of Mussolini, and Stalin, and so forth. And it's just come around again with the cycle. And it's just a behavior that has venting, that people are identifying with it as who they are or what they want, rather than let it vent and pass through and release and purify. So there's a real question here that we're throwing out. Is the world events purification of past histories? Or are these people trying to use it as an identity to dominate the world? Both of them are in play. And according to the lighting of the seventh fire prophecy, that's the choice that has to be made for humans. Are they going to return to co-creating with nature, or are they going to continue domination of nature? Are they going to live as one peaceful nation of humans or species and love each other, or not? What has this got to do with intention? The point is, we're being asked to set our intentions. And that's the key thing. Whether you do it through ceremony, you do it through ritual, you do it through talking with, having conversations with people like us, maybe in some future gatherings, or you have it with friends and family. Either way, you have to get your intention tightened up so you know what it is, and then start instructing your spirit with the behaviors that match that intention and carry it, because it has to carry the day. Because we're not done with this back and forth that's going on. But that's the way the prophecies seem to read it, that we've come to that place where we have to choose as a human species. Are we going to continue being human in relationship to being part of First Circle, or are we not? That's a big intention to have to get in touch with. It's a big intention to have to really get focused, and maybe even harder tests to have to go and put it into action. Anyway, I hope you can take our words today, sit with them. If you have to let them go and they mean nothing to you, I just ask you to think about them a few times, then let them go. But sit with them enough to give them really an amount of respect, because we're not just speaking for us as individuals. We're speaking from a long list of people that have contributed to bring this knowledge to the surface, and all we are doing is really making it available. So please don't kill the messengers. Just see what the message does for you. You never know. Might be something to it.